Welcome to Crawl or No Crawl. This is Carolyn Holzman, and today is September 17th. Now, before talking about the current helpful content update that was announced, I wanted to share the latest tests on the Google indexing API. So the short version is content published using the API looks like it's not queuing up to go through the second pass or the render pass. And for those of you who are using WordPress and your site has JavaScript in it, which is all about that second pass, the JavaScript gets rendered by Google. You really, check this out for yourself. But if there's any SEO contained within those JavaScript components of your site, and you are using the API to publish your content, you're likely having trouble on the SEO front because without that second pass, Google is not seeing your optimizations that are wrapped in the JavaScript. Pretty important aspect as an SEO to understand. Also, you will see here that if I scroll down to the test site, which is the mobile test site, I am using it to confirm when the InspectionTool crawlers, when they get updated. So, and these crawlers don't come unless you request indexation via the search console manually. Now they come for like the rendering schema tool and the Google mobile friendly, but specifically when you're in search console and requesting indexation, that's the main value of them coming. Now they do not come if you're using the Google indexing API, which is how this test site is being managed, okay? So the Search Console request for indexation definitely gets new content through the second or the rendering pass. So you can see here that the simple indexing is working as well as complex or JavaScript rendering. So if you are, as a standard procedure, using the API, and those pages aren't performing well, my recommendation would be go ahead and resubmit your sitemap and manually request indexation. And if that doesn't, work out well for you, meaning like your content doesn't perform better, well, at least you've ruled out that the indexing system is the culprit because you probably have an optimization issue. Okay, this week after last week, if I go over here, So Friday of last week, Google announced that the core update was over. And then on Thursday this week, on the 14th, came the announcement that the helpful content system classifier update was running. And it would be complete over the next 2 weeks. Now, since that time, I've read that some people have reported gains, and that makes sense. So if you know what helpful content is targeting, and I do think I have a pretty good idea, that would indeed look like as the Google developer documents describe it. When they make another pass with the classifier and you've made more, and I'm using bunny ears, helpful content, you will be rewarded. Just a reminder, helpful content is a domain factor, not a page ranking factor. So in other words, its effect is going to be felt site-wide, positive or negative. So you will perhaps find content not performing well, but it's not based on that page. Do you get this? That's the significance of it being a site-wide factor. It's kind of like you're in class and somebody's misbehaving, or a lot of people are misbehaving, and they're punishing the whole class and not just the ones that are causing the problem. So that's why helpful content should have your attention, but it shouldn't be viewed as like a magic bullet. But it is important. So what Google considers helpful content obviously can be measured, or they wouldn't be able to do this. And it is based to gauge visitor expectations, not visitor experience, visitor expectations. But here's what's weird about the timing of this retuning portion of the helpful content system. Since they announced it on Thursday, looky here. we've had 5 crawler agents update the Chrome build. So a new mobile showed up. This numbering system is my numbering system. I'll show you over here that if you go here and you look, I count them. So if you can see, it's real tiny, but it's a new Chrome build. It's 117.0.5938.62. So that's in my books, that's mobile 44. So if you go asking John Mueller, what's mobile 44? Doesn't have any meaning to them. So since, like I say 5. So we've got the mobile crawler, the desktop crawler, and don't forget we have the inspection tool crawlers. We've got 2 that come once, so there's like 4 of them all together. One of them does not have a Chrome build, but the other 3 do, so that's 3 plus the desktop bot and the mobile bot, that's 5. So that's an interesting timeline for me. You announce an update and then you throw in new issues. So it's very likely that when it comes to the Chrome build, it's not so much helpful content is probably not. Well, let me just say it's probably not hooked into the core update. How about that? Okay, now you're probably, if you do have new bots, that means a lot of testing. And so you're probably going to see rollback, back and forth, and suppression of a lot of data, going back and forth. So don't mistake that necessarily as helpful content getting hit. So you might be seeing pages in and out. They'll come back and there won't be anything you did. Now, looking at the Search Console data, I want to show you here, specifically the page report updates. And I find, just as a side note, anything you see in Search Console under that thing that tells you crawled but not indexed, etc., I find in all of my sites, I do see pages that are in there that say crawled and not indexed, but when I use the URL inspection tool, it tells me that they are indexed. So the exact same page is in 2 places. One, it's in the indexed list, and it's also in the crawled but not indexed. So just know that. Like I say, there are ways to verify how truthful that list is in Search Console. But just life is easier if you don't expect it to be 100% accurate. Okay, so here's what happened on the Search Console updates. This last one, we've had 3 this week. This one was a little delayed. But what's interesting is that this one was like 2 days worth of data. And then 2 days later, we had 1 day worth of data. So it updated to the 9/11. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days worth of data. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, probably 4 days. Not 5 days. So we're up to 9/15. Now, what you may wonder is like, what's up over here? Well, remember I mentioned before when I run the tests for the Chrome build on the inspection tools, they only come when you manually request through Search Console. So since I'm testing the Google Indexing API, I don't want to contaminate that test, so I'm going over to a different desktop site, and things that I published yesterday were findable today going through Search Console. So if that is how you are getting your content indexed, you're probably going like, I don't have a problem. And you would be correct. All right, well, just quick update on the indexer software status. We have it about 60% complete. The remaining 40% is the user interface. And then you'll have the ability to sign up for free accounts with a set number of credits to give it a try. All right, well, thanks so much. Stick around for more indexing API tests, and I will talk to you later in the week.